Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and I've got Bravo Below Deck star Kate Chastain joining me on Behind the Velvet Rope. She gives me the scoop on the new season. Check it out. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. Below Deck, what a great show. Congratulations, Kate Chastain. So, thanks for joining me, by the way.
My pleasure.
And I want your job, because I want to go out on a ship, disappear from the world. Actually, I don't want to take care of the people the way you have to. I'd just I'd be psycho on that ship.
Well, I mean, I feel like I'd be a really great mom at this point because I feel like I have about 19 children between the charter guests and the crew, except I think when you're a mom, it's a little easier because you actually love them, your kids, where me, I just work with them.
So for those who have not seen Below Deck, describe it.
It's basically the upstairs, downstairs glimpse of working on a private luxury yacht, and we're floating around Caribbean destinations, taking care of our charter guests.
How prevalent is this business? Is it something that, people are constantly doing? Is it recession-proof? How does it all work?
That's a really good question. It's a really global industry, but it's very small as well. The recession of 2008 did affect it a little bit because, everyone that's affected, and the first thing you're going to cut out is your luxury items, and yachts were one of them. But for the most part, the people of that kind of wealth are okay anyways.
Okay, so you get a reality show out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Walk me through the whole journey of having cameras following you guys with this whole thing.
When I first was going to go do the show, I was like, I'm going to have makeup in every bathroom on every floor of the boat, so I'd always powder my nose. That was, day one. Day two, I was like, get out of my way. Day three, I forgot they were there, and day four, I was like, where are the cameras? I kind of like it. It makes it fun. It makes mundane tasks an interesting challenge to make fun.
How's it been putting your life on camera? I'd be so weirded out by that.
It's really interesting. It's like when you record your voicemail and then you listen back and you're like, that's what I sound like, times a million.
You're one of the veterans of the group.
Mm-hmm.
This show, it's interesting because it's essentially become like the sleeper hit. People are obsessed with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like for you? Fan reaction, all that stuff.
Oh, it's so flattering. Anybody that watches the show, I love it.
How about Captain Lee? Talk me through the whole Captain Lee experience.
He is basically like my yachty adopted father. He calls me once a week to check in. I always love his advice. And what you see is what you get, He really has those one-liners out of nowhere.
He is funny.
I know. He's great.
How much of what we see on television is true to who you are? Obviously, there's the show that is meant for television, and then there's who you are as people. What's the difference? Is there a difference between the two?
Myself personally, it's all accurate. I think that working on a yacht, it's a really intense experience. So maybe everyone is more intensely themselves than they would be on land, but not because of the cameras, just because we're in close quarters.
You also have a big storyline. You're dating a woman now.
Yeah, I was.
Or you were
Yep.
dating a woman. How is it, because that's such a, I'm going to say unique, it's not a unique situation,
Yeah.
but a different situation for
Right.
television. How is it putting that on television?
Well, it wasn't really anything I set out to do, but I just figured it's no big deal, so why not?
So what can everybody expect with the new season?
It's probably my favorite season thus far. It's really fresh and funny, and it's more than just, the chief stew and the chef arguing about meal times. It's something, I think, deeper and more interesting.
All right, so you're the chief stew on the boat. What is a chief stew?
It's basically the head of the interior, like a hotel manager, except we're a floating hotel.
When you get the hyper wealthy and probably celebrities, what have been some of the craziest experiences you've had on the boat, adventures?
I was on one yacht that we had a huge party in Saint-Tropez in the middle of summer, which is like the peak. It was the biggest party, and there were just models and designers and celebrities and rock stars everywhere letting loose. It was really fun.
Was it Leo throwing the party?
No, mostly celebrities don't own yachts. They just charter them or are guests on them because actually I'm not sure there's a whole lot of celebrities. Leo probably could, but that could afford a yacht.
What's the pricing of a yacht? The type of yacht that you guys take out, what is the true pricing of it?
Okay, so we usually shoot on a 150-foot boat.
Oh my God.
Generally, that would cost for 7 days $150,000 for a week minimum. That doesn't include fuel, food, wine, tips. So generally, people are spending about $250,000 for 7 days.
Are people like cheap during it? Like, have you had experiences where they'll spend that $250,000, but they're kind of cheap? Like, what have been some of the craziest and worst experiences you've had to deal with?
You know, I think a lot of yacht owners are self-made and they're not wealthy because they spend recklessly. So yeah, there have been some cheap guests. I had one yacht owner in Sag Harbor. He would get a bagel with lox every day, and he took a bite one day, a couple bites, and then asked me to return it.
No
I
way.
was like, I'm not going to walk down there and return the bagel. I sort of, okay, I'll get your $6 back.
Oh, these are great stories. Give me another one.
One wife had me spend 2 hours sharpening all these number 2 pencils down equal distance. They have really fastidious preferences because they've got nothing else to worry about.
What's been the coolest place you've traveled to?
I would say Palma de Mallorca. It's one of the islands in the Mediterranean, the Balearic Islands.
I've been there.
To Palma, it's one of my favorites. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
And it's quiet. Oh, there's a little party scene there.
It's a little bit of everything. You can go across to Ibiza if you really want to get wild, but there's the cathedral. It's Mediterranean. There's English speaking. It's Spanish friendly. It's just perfect.
I got to give you props. I go nuts when people say Ibiza instead of Ibiza.
Right.
I can't, like, so when you said it right now, it's
Yeah.
like high five
Thanks.
on that one.
Uh-huh.
I hate it. It's like, don't ever say Ibiza.
Yeah.
What's one place you haven't been to that you would love to go to?
I haven't done Australia yet. I feel like if I go down there, I'll never come back, so I'm just kind of saving it.
From when the show started to now, what's been the difference in Kate Chastain?
I would say since season 1, you know, I was really nervous about making sure I came off professional and doing my job well, but now I think I'm able to lighten up a little bit more.
Are there fears like, hey, if I say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, that this could be a problem for my job?
At first, everybody's like, don't do that show. It'll ruin your yachting career. It's selling out or whatever. I was like, great. I've been doing it for 7 years. I'll go out with a bang. Worst case scenario. I think if you do your job well, it's a living resume.
Is this something that when you were growing up you wanted to do? Like, when did it click that, hey, I want to get into the world of yachting?
My cousin did yachts for about 9 years in the 90s, and she always sent postcards. It was on the fridge when I was growing up. So after college, I was like, I'm going to do that for a year and then get a regular job, but then I just loved it.
Do you ever get tired of being out on the water? Like, is
Completely. When I get back to my hometown and friends are like, hey, we're going on the boat tomorrow, you want to go fishing? I'm like, no, I want to go to a park and hug a tree and be around greenery. Yeah, cabin fever is real.
When people see you on the show, what is one thing that they would not know about you meeting you in real life?
I think people would be surprised that I'm actually not that serious or organized in my real life, only when I'm getting paid.
Are you totally different in your real life then?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I
You know,
applaud.
are you like a train wreck in real life?
I was a train wreck, but like I would not do laundry. I would just go shopping, you know. But yachting taught me how to do laundry well, and it's something I apply, but not as perfectionist as I would on a yacht.
Congratulations.
Thank
so
you.
great. You guys have become like the sleeper hit for Bravo. So
Yeah, it's
pretty
been
awesome.
fun.
Has it blown you away to be part of this? Like, is it weird getting recognized? Sometimes we're doing like, I know you were on Andy's show last
Yeah.
night. Is it weird still doing this stuff?
It's so fun. I think somebody was me for Halloween costume. They were bitchy resting face, and it was really cool.
What's been the coolest experience, coolest like thing that's happened to you because of the show?
I mean, just things like this. It's exciting to come to New York and talk to everyone and have people appreciate all of our work.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.